Hello everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. So this lesson is a follow-up to our last lesson on the verb vouloir, which means to want, a very important verb in French. So what are we going to do differently in this lesson? First, we're going to review what we learned. Then I'd like to open your eyes to the possibilities of what you can do with this verb. It's very useful. It's very frequently used in French, so if you learn this verb well, your ability to communicate will grow by leaps and bounds. So, the first thing, let's go ahead and review. Remember that vouloir is an irregular verb, so you just have to memorize the form. So, the form for je veux, which means I want. You want, tu veux, tu veux. Pay close attention to the vowel part. It almost sounds like you were just punched in the stomach. So, veux, tu veux, tu veux. Il, elle, on, veut, veut. Nous, voulons, voulons. Vous, and you've probably heard this form, voulez, voulez. And then il, elle, veulent, veulent. So we have veut, veut, veut. These three are pronounced the same. Veut, veut, veut. Voulons, voulez, veulent. So memorize these forms. They're very important. Once you've memorized the forms, then you're ready to go. You're ready to apply what you've learned. Okay, so in our last lesson, we also covered two important things that you can do with this verb. The first is when you have a conjugated form like je veux, you can follow it with a noun. And that is to express the idea that you want something. So for example, if I want to say I want a coffee, I would say je veux un café. If you want to say I want some coffee, you can use the partitive article, which we've had a lesson about that previously. You can say, je veux du café. I want some coffee, or just simply, I want coffee. Je veux du café. An apple, je veux une pomme. Je veux une pomme. I want an apple. Okay, so number one, remember, you use the verb to say what you want, something that you want. You want something. Je veux, and then a noun. The second thing that you can do with it, and this is very important, is you can follow the conjugated form with an infinitive. Remember, an infinitive is a verb that hasn't been conjugated yet. It just expresses the idea or the action. So, for example, to eat, manger, to watch TV, regarder la télé, to sing, chanter. So you can say things like, I want to eat, je veux manger, I want to watch TV, je veux regarder la télé, I want to sing. Maybe you just won the lottery or something. You want to sing. Je veux chanter. Je veux chanter. Okay. So those are the two things. One, it's followed by a noun. Two, it's followed by a verb, an infinitive. Okay, so here's the new part of this lesson. I'd like to help you just expand your vocabulary here and to help you see the possibilities of what you can do with this. So if you know a lot of vocabulary, you can say a lot of things with the verb vouloir. So I've randomly chosen vocabulary here that has to do with food. So you can say in French that you want all of these things. For example, I want a baguette. Je veux une baguette. I want a croissant. Je veux un croissant. I want a cookie. Je veux un biscuit. I want some bread. Again, this is the partitive article. Je veux du pain. Remember, we use the partitive with things that we can't count. You can't count bread. You can count loaves of bread or slices of bread, but bread itself you can't count. So we just use the partitive. So I want some bread. Je veux du pain. I want a carrot. Je veux une carotte. I want a tomato. Je veux une tomate. I want some chicken. Je veux du poulet. I want some fish. Je veux du poisson. I want some cheese. Je veux du fromage. I want some milk. Je veux du lait. I want some butter. Je veux du beurre. Here's a very fun French noun, the French equivalent of a ham and cheese sandwich, un croque-monsieur. So you want a ham and cheese sandwich? Je veux un croque-monsieur. I want some soup. Je veux de la soupe. I want a salad. Je veux une salade. I want a sandwich. Je veux un sandwich, and I want some wine. Je veux du vin. And there you have it. Just a sampling of the many things that you can say using the verb vouloir. And notice I'm just using the je veux. You can also use tu veux, il veut, elle veut, and so forth and so on. So the possibilities are pretty much endless. If you know vocabulary, you can say a lot of things with vouloir. And that's the point I'm trying to make here, is be sure to memorize this verb because you can do so much with it. Okay, here's the next thing. Remember that aside from a noun, we can use an infinitive. So we can talk about the things that you want to do or someone else wants to do. So for example, if I want to say, I want to drink a coffee or have a coffee, je veux boire un café. Partir, to leave. Je veux partir. I want to drive. Je veux conduire. I want to take the bus. Je veux prendre le bus. I want to be on time. Je veux être à l'heure. I want to work. Je veux travailler. I want to read. Je veux lire. I want to learn. Je veux apprendre. I want to go out. Je veux sortir. I want to speak. Je veux parler. I want to discuss. Je veux discuter. I want to understand, to comprehend. Je veux comprendre. I want to respond or to answer. Je veux répondre. I want to think. And remember, réfléchir is to think, to ponder, to think very deeply about something. The other verb, to think, just in general, is penser, but réfléchir is more along the lines of to ponder. Je veux réfléchir. I want to forget. Maybe you want to forget something. Je veux oublier. I want to take a break. Je veux faire une pause. And that's it. So remember two things. Use vouloir with a noun. Use vouloir with an infinitive. And you can say a lot now. Okay, well that's it. That's the point of the lesson. If you found this helpful, I would appreciate it very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning French and go on to the next lesson, click on the video that appears here on your screen. See you soon. À bientôt.